it because it will be conflicting the president. But she's our sister, and that's why she's here. Our mothers have not made it. Thank you so much. It's mine.
Thank you. Now you will tell us where you from in Liantone, whether my sister here, whether Afande Birunji, Inga Fande Code. So we don't know where we. Anyway, allow me to recognize the family of Brigadier General Edson Mhamzi, and the son is here, Lieutenant Mhamzi. Welcome. Sir, I'm called Chief Isaac from Shericha Bajenyi, a son to Captain Joshua. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy for you to come and launch this visionary plans. We are so proud that we are sons and daughters of UPDF family. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Muvandumwe. I'm sorry, but allow me to recognize Frank Gashumba, Chairman Vandumwe. But the program is becoming so tight, and whoever that is going to talk, I request to use 1.5 minutes, because really we have our guest of honor, and he is a busy man. He also wants to travel back. So whenever I call you, bear with me. I will be here standing beside you. And thank you, Farouk, Fatwes TV, online television, for covering our function. He's a good friend of mine. He somehow covered me in 20, but we say, had I known comes last. I missed this opportunity of this federation. Had I joined this federation, really Nyabushozi was going to feel me. Allow me to call MC, to call someone more speeches. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This time we are going to call the MC president. She has a meeting, so you are welcome.
Political offices. If people do not believe in you, they'll just throw you out immediately. So once more, for the President, Uganda Military Children's Network, put your hands together. Thank you. Reverend, it's an absolute honor for you to grace our event, and I thank you very much for coming, but also for leading military children in a faith-based way of life. So we want to honor you, and we are going to maintain inviting you for all of our events so that we can continue to mentor all of our children in the ways of the Lord. General Muhanguzi, it's an absolute honor to see you today. Thank you for also fostering us together. I know that you have been a part of this journey of ensuring that military children unite despite having all of their different associations, and because, well, the Constitution says that everyone has a right to assemble, but you have decided to bring us together so that we have a unifying group that can be able to lead the agenda of military children. So I want to thank you. Could we put our hands together, please, for our journey? Kano Bush, I would like to honor you and thank you very much also for accepting to patronize Visionary Guards. Thank you very much with your wife as well. Thank you very much, Mommy, for coming, and we want to honor you. Our distinguished guests also up here, the honorables that are here, I want to honor you and thank you. Honorable Nathan, Honorable Philip, I want to thank you, and I want to look forward to 2026. This is a very exciting time for military children. Please clap for our 2026 candidates. Yes, our distinguished sister as well, we want to thank you and honor you for coming, and we will definitely be here to support you in any way that you'd like us to support you. So thank you for coming. Yeah, clap for the lady, the most. You see, firstly, I want to start with the fact that, you see, this is proof of what the president started. I'm a beneficiary. I think free education started in about 1991. That's pretty much my generation. And so you can see that more and more women are getting empowered. But for each one of you, all of my sisters and brothers, it's an honor to be your leader, but it's also an honor for me to stand here before you. So thank you very much. Thank you. So I will first start by introducing what Uganda Military Children's Network is. Following the directive of the President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, at Era Sita of this year, February 2024, he saw it and deemed it fit that we need to come together as military children to have one federation, one association, one network that can be able to foster our agenda forward. And so the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, and led by the office at that time of the office of the CPC, which is the Chief Political Commissar, and now the office of the Joint Staff Political Commissar, brought together all of the leaders of associations together to discuss and see how we can foster together. This was done last year in March, between March and July 2023, and the process began. And so after all of the several meetings, all of the association chairpersons who are seated right over there, and some of whom are not here, it was decided that a unifying federation called Uganda Military Children's Network should be formulated, which will be at the helm of all military children. And then the rest of the associations shall continue to exist but subscribe to the Uganda Military Children's Network. Elections were held. So I am politically here. I am not here by appointment. You entrusted me to be your leader, and it's an absolute privilege for me even to stand here before all of you and address you. And so I have all of these associations that are part. So if I mention them and their chairpersons or members are here, please stand so we can recognize you. We have Ushindi 86 Cooperative Association. I don't know if we have a representative here. We have Children of Disabled Soldiers Association, KODSA, are you here? We have Allied Compatriots and Soldiers Children Association. We have Child of a Soldier Network Uganda, Mtoto wa Jeshi, are you here? Okay. We have Mbegu za Mapinduzi. I think I've seen a few of you here. Okay, have you all refused to stand up? Okay, thank you very much. Oh, and this one, yes, who is putting this up? Thank you. Fruits of the Revolution, I know you're here. Enforcement. Wachicha Development Association. Okay, they're here. Tuvimbene Sevo, I've just seen his chair. Oh, present. Thank you very much. Combat Children. Zoe Mentorship. Sons of Veterans Association, Chankwanzi. Abana Nabazukulu of Luero. Children of Military Veterans and Civilian Combatants. They're here. Watoto wa Jeshi, 2015 Nali. Thank you. Katika Empowerment Association. Jenga Taifa Community-Based Organization. Watoto wa Jeshi Patriots Cooperative Society. I know they're here. I saw a few of them here. Frontliners, Serere, and then we have the one that we're going to launch today, which is Visionary Guards. Can we all clap for each other? Uganda Military Children's Network governance is like this. So we have something we call a founding council. So every association nominates 3 members to sit on the founding council. So the founding council's role really is to have a supervisory role over the executive, which I'm their leader. So the founding council will meet and discuss the activities of the executive. Also, the founding council forms the electorate. So our term of office is 3 years. We are in our first year of office. So at the end of 3 years, we will have the founding council sit and constitute an electoral college which will be able to vote. So it's only the 3 members that are nominated to the founding council that are eligible to vote. So we form the electoral college. So it's much easier for us to be able to have our leadership. So if there are any of the founding council members here, you will please stand. We have Miss Edith Tushabe from Mbegu za Mapinduzi, Shiba Katuku, sorry, of Mbegu za Mapinduzi. Of Wachicha, we have Abeja Juliet and Mwesigwe Joseph. Thank you. Children of disabled soldiers, we have Moses Chandiga, Irene Nabakuzi, Nicholas Isuka. From enforcement, we have Martin Semwanga and Rogers Matovu. From combat children, we have Kevin Murinda, Sarah Kansime, Davis Asimwe. Then we have Nali, we have Mandela Muwanguzi, and among Sharon. Then we have Revolutionary Guards, Phoebe Nayebare, Patricia Ruhinda, Bakulu Roy. Allied compatriots, we have Brian Ntege, Nixon Mugera, Naiga Deborah. Then Ushindi, we have Irene Nachedre, we have Chiengo Godfrey, and we have Shamim. So now that now that Visionary Guards has been formulated today, we will expect Visionary Guards through your Secretary General and Chairperson to write officially to the Uganda Military Children's Network, nominating 3 persons that will be a part of the founding council. So immediately they are co-opted into the leadership, and then they will start becoming a part of the meetings that are ongoing. And then at the end of 3 years, any of these 3 members will be eligible to vie for any of the offices that I'm going to read after, because now I'm going to read the Executive Council. So the executive is led by somebody. So we decided not to call the Uganda Military Children's Network top leadership chairperson, because you already have existing chairpersons. So for example, I am the chairperson of Mbegu za Mapinduzi, but when I sit in the office of Uganda Military Children's Network, I sit as the president of Uganda Military Children's Network. So in that leadership position, I am your president, Miss Winnie Anyango Loket. My vice president is Miss Irene Nachedre. My secretary general, if they're here, please stand, is Miss Agaba Patricia Ruhinda. My chief whip is Enaka Were. She just gave birth to a bouncing baby boy, so she's on maternity leave, so she's not here. Miss Naeba Phoebe. My director of finance and treasury is Miss Edith Tushabe Atuhuria. Director research and strategy is Mr. Murinda Kevin. You're here. Director mobilization is Chandiga Moses. Director welfare Mutimbo Laban. Director administration Among Sharon. Director Public Relations, Kamugasha Norman. Director IT and Media, Shiba Katuku. Then we have ex-officials. These are people that continuously guide on the committee. We have Onen Job Chan. And then we have the regional coordinators. We do believe that we have very many children of soldiers in all of the regions. So we have these very powerful regional directors. So in the Western region, we are led by Mr. Kabandize Jacob. He's here. In the central region, we are led by Matovu Rogers. In the northern part of Uganda, which is northern Uganda, West Nile, and Karamoja and Acholi region, we are led by somebody called Vukoni Christopher. In the eastern region, we have Director Charles Wegoli. So these are the executive leaders. So please feel free to speak to any one of them here if there is a particular interest that you have to be a part of the network. So as a network, we are committed to preserving the legacy and gains of the military forces in Uganda through political and socio-economic empowerment based on principles of unity, peace, equality, democracy, freedom, and social justice. So we are fostering unity amongst ourselves by being a part of Uganda Military Children's Network. We monitor and evaluate the performance of different associations. So I just want to make it clear to you that the network really will not, pretty much in law, I'm a lawyer by profession, we would call it pierce the veil. We will not pierce the veil only in the instances when we need to. So as visionary guards, you shall continue with your activities, and upon such occasions, if you desire our attendance and our indulgence, we shall be able to be a part of it. So we also continue with empowering and supporting children of soldiers as well, then accounting for the resources that have been given to us. So like I've already mentioned, there are lots of activities that the executive has been able to achieve so far since we came into office. We have Uganda Military Children's Network Constitution that we will be able to give you a copy to Visionary Guards so you can have it. We have a consolidated profile of all the federation members and its executive. We have a consolidated work plan and a budget that we have. And registration with the Ministry of Defense is ongoing. Just like I mentioned that associations continuously conduct their activities, we successfully launched a coffee seedling distribution, Afande, for all military children in the eastern part of Uganda. This was done by the association Mutoto wa Jeshi. I think they have another activity today. So we're able to successfully distribute coffee so that we can empower all of our sisters and brothers in agriculture, for those that are growing, because you know that most of the areas in eastern Uganda, Sironko, Mbale, are the areas that grow a lot of coffee. Also, as a network, we were fully represented this year on the 28th of September at Kapeka, where the military children displayed lots of their products. Mbegu za Mapinduzi, which is here, they have a coffee growing distribution and sale. Unfortunately, we didn't come with all of the packages, so I think the next time we get invited here, Madam Secretary General, I'll encourage that all the associations come with all of their products so we can be able to display them. So we call it MZM Coffee. So very soon on the shelves of your supermarkets, you will find that we have Mbegu za Mapinduzi coffee so that you can be able to consume that coffee. It's available if you'd like to order as well. I think the two Mbegu za Mapinduzi members that are here, there is Collins, who is the northern representative, and Honorable Philip Tumukunde, who is here. They'll be able to share with you how we can do that. So something like this is really good, because if we have Mutoto wa Jeshi growing the coffee, and then you have Mbegu za Mapinduzi that's packaging and distributing for export, then you definitely know that we are going to move forward in our agenda of socio-economic development. Fruits of Revolution as well goes ahead and makes liquid soap. We're able to sell that liquid soap as well at Kapeka, so it's also something that we're trying to do to empower the children of soldiers. Tuvimbe, whose chairperson is here, he is in the business of renewable energy, so he and his team construct stoves that are able to reduce the carbon emission, but also that it burns much longer. So it's something that they do. Maybe because you are not here, Mr. Chair, please stand for recognition. So that is the chairperson of Tuvimbe. And then Zoe Empowerment deals in arts and crafts and empowerment of women as well. So they deal with women that, and girls most especially, that have that are underage, that have had that have fallen pregnant very early. So they mentor these girls, and so they come out with arts and crafts. So that's something that they do as well. Today is a very important day for me as well, because I get to launch and be a part of General and the patron that launched Visionary Guard. Kevin, I would like to congratulate you, firstly, as my Director, Research and Strategy. You have continued my vision of ensuring that we unite all to share this vision together. Sir, I would like to tell you that as Uganda Military Children's Network, we do believe that the future of this country lies with us military children. We are by default cadres, and therefore if we neglect this very important group of Ugandans, then we would have failed in preserving the legacy that you, our parents, have fought so hard for to maintain. So we commit to that legacy, and we will continue to foster this agenda forward as we continuously take positions, like we will have the honorables running for office in 2026, and we will continue to preserve this legacy. Can we clap for that, please? Kevin, I also honor you for deciding not to form a SACCO, but going ahead with having 100 acres for cultivation, and we'll see how to work and see how we can also bring the coffee seedling project to Western Uganda so that visionary guards can be the one in charge of leading that agenda. Your ranching and bull fattening is something I look forward to because we can use you as a model so that we can be able to have this in all of the rest of the regions of our associations. So I want to congratulate you on that part as well. To our candidates, honorables, I would like to also congratulate you. You are showing us that it is indeed possible for us to preserve this legacy, that we will continuously ride on the shoulders of our last names and of the service of our parents to be able to make real and tangible, significant difference in our society here in Uganda. So I do pledge, as the network, we will support you. We will use all of the networks that we have in all of the regions and all of the areas that you are part of to mobilize and see that we, your sisters and brothers, support you and ensure that we get you victory into that August house. To my sisters and brothers in service, those of you that are here, I would like you to stand, please. Jonathan, would you like to lead that applause for our sisters and brothers that are in already service? Afande, these two are standing, but we had the opportunity to be able to preside over another occasion where their colleagues just passed out. And for those that have passed out, I'll mention their names so that they will be able to know that they have other colleagues as well. So from the recent pass out, we had Second Lieutenant Marvin Ikondere, Second Lieutenant Robinson Lokech, Second Lieutenant Cliff Awan. So all these are sons of revolutionaries, and so we celebrate you as you stand here. So as Uganda Military Children's Network, I will place you in contact with the person that is serving, that is Captain Roger. He will be able to coordinate all of you that are in the forces. So we ensure that we're keeping track with all of you, but making sure that the leadership is aware of your existence and that you're continuing the legacy. You may take your seats. Thank you. So my final task is that as a network, I would like to invite the Secretary General of the Uganda Military Children's Network to preside over this occasion and hand over the certificate of membership to Visionary Guards, and also use it as an occasion to present the rest of the certificates to the other associations that are present here. Can we please clap for our Secretary General? While SG comes, I would like to inform all of the candidates that the Right Honorable Todd Wong would like to meet all of you that are a part of Uganda Military Children's Network. He has set Wednesday next week as the day we shall be able to meet him. So we'll coordinate with you, and we are being coordinated by our Director Mobilization. So Jonathan will be able to get in touch with you today and ensure that we take down all of your contacts and make sure we're aligned. So the Right Honorable Todd Wong would like to meet us officially to have a conversation with us in regard to your interests in running for office in 2026. So this meeting will occur. I had a conversation with him yesterday, so he's confirmed that it will happen next week. So I look forward to having all of you at this occasion, with all of the executive members as well. So I will hand over to Madame SG, if you can go ahead, please.
Thank you, President. I think our chief guest and the president will hand over the certificates, and we'll start with Visionary Guards. I will invite the chairpersons to come and receive the certificates. Visionary Guards. Next, frontliners. Any representative of frontliners? Allied Compatriots and Soldiers Children Association. Metu Veteran Orphans Association, please come forward. Children of a Soldier Network, Mtoto wa Jeshi. Mbegu za Mapinduzi. Children of military veterans and civilians combatants. Watoto wa Jeshi Nali. Tuvimbe Nesevo. Sharon. Tuvimbe. Wachicha. Wachicha. There is a revolutionary guard. Where is it? One more. Fruits of the Revolution.
Asante sana. Yongeza tena. Afande, I would like to thank you for presiding over this. And for each one of you, I am available. My number is 0750 420 171. In the event that there's anything that you're stuck with and you're not able to get a hold of, let's say, the leadership, please let me know. And at another occasion, I'll have the opportunity to tell you what all of the directorates of the executive are doing. But if you need anything that you'd like clarification from, you'd like to invite us, please let me know. But above all else, I'd like to thank you and implore each one of you to remember that we are here to ensure that we preserve the legacy of our parents. I remain your president, Ms. Winnie Anyango Lokech. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Now, before I welcome these families, one time a family friend and a close relative was giving a speech, and he was thanking my father. But he said, at times I forget and he's a colonel. He said, at times I forget and I almost call you Afande. My father is a captain. Because of the history that I know on you and how you've been doing your work. But I remember that the rank is too low. So I request you bear with me, forgive me, because when I wake up, when I raise up, I welcome the family of the general. Then the second time I welcome the family of captain. So you forgive me really. I recognize these families as they walk in. So you really, I request you forgive me when I recognize a family of a major. Then I recognize the family of a general. So so allow me to welcome the family of late Major Sam Kamukama, and is here is LDC Nicholas Kamukama, who is also happen to be our chairman of Visionary Guards. Julius, you're welcome. Also allow me to welcome the family of late Colonel Walter Uchora. You're welcome. So next time I will welcome the family of a lieutenant. So in this so our chairman, allow me to call you, and you give us your speech. You're welcome, sir, RDC.
Our guest of honor, General Muhanguzi, Afande Kano Bush, mchara wawe, Reverend Nathan Natkunda. I am sorry if you are canon now. Reverend. I heard we have presidents. So, Your Excellencies, fellow government officers and men that are around, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Kamkama Wakamkama. I am a son to RO 00072, period. Major Sam Kamkama. I feel very proud to mention that President Museveni is #1 and my father is number 72. He survives with about 4 children, and like usually, of course, real and typical of them, the 4, everyone has their mother. Isn't that typical of them? Ongeza tena na ajua. I am very happy when I see some of us clad in military uniform. Wayanzura abantu anyambe angambira ogoriya nashishe no wakasiba yo namreba konkogu uri umwana wo abandi.
Mazina nibanyeta Lieutenant Mwine Felix Muhanguzi. I am a son of Brigadier General Muhanguzi. He's the DA South Africa.
Okay.
I work in Air Force. I'm a pilot. Right now. I've done a few missions. Same footsteps with our parents. Yeah, and I also thank God that we are still alive. For God and my country.
Niwe yemerero akwata muzindaro garicyo to yanjurira owakwata je respects.
Sir, Banyeta Juvuna Isaac.
Barija.
I'm a son to Captain Joshua Barija
Katemba.
Who is a retired back home Jabajin in
Thank
Osheri.
you.
Welcome, sir.
My father, Mosasi Rikunda Ature, nimba a bit sentimental. One, I am talking about my father, and number two, I am saying my brothers and sisters. I am like very happy. Why I ask people to mention their names is that tuineho General Muhanguzi na Kano Bush. They are not only big in ranks, but kor kugira uti ndi mwana wa Captain Barija ubono babamba manye byabo hato bashemerwa. So feel proud to say I am a son of General Rashandi. Mwanyitegereza anahereza icyo kurebera ku cyo kureba unkumanya. I want to thank you, my brothers and sisters, for setting up such. Thank you so very much. And I equally want to thank you that when I was not there or even asked to be the chair, you chose me to be the chair. Kamba tere rumungaro nyonyenga. I may not be doing the needful, not very available enough to do all that it takes to have this and more, but I love it. I love it more than words would mean. And why? For my father. Ni manyang tarho, I'm sure nobody, those who were senior officers in 88, especially those that are from the Western, nobody has a son older than me. Because I am old enough to father some of you. At 48 years, just subtract your age. My father, if he was living, having been born in 47, he would be about 70 what? And very few, those retired and those that have not retired are 70. Very few. My father was an old guy. So I am very happy I belong to this group because that is where I belong. Nyenda kusima, when I switched to the other blue channel, forgive me. Bwanyuma yokusima banaba with their small resources to put up this, to put up such groups. Nyenda kubasimi mwabaziri betu. Kano Bush na General Muhanguzi for securing your valuable, scarce time to be available to us. Kutukubareba, some of us whose parents are non-existent, and for quite some time, tuhurra twaba appeased, tushemererwa. And when we see you with those big ranks and red collars and like, wow, because someone who was a major in 88 something around that. When kutukubareba tushemererwa kumukubaho for us tushemererwa abantu aba tubakwenda bingi ninga bihango nako kumukwato mu ngaro akiba nagezaho kujwara ka balance kakomomo mu kibuno aginyurra just by a mere handshake of you akiba nategeva ibigizire biti agezaho kutebeka. So just be available when you are in your car or when you have stepped down or you are in a function. Just and you are lucky you recognize ngogo nomwana wa General Rashande ninga wa Kano Kasibayo. Just have a stop ninga mbera bari yahangu na Kano Kasibayo na wachuri. Just have a stop and shake them. How are you? Are you in the right direction? Will you emulate what you found? Can you make it better? Do you mind if I give you my beat? Do you mind? Having lost my parent at 14 years, in primary 7 in 92, of course nkatandika P1 kinana na mukaga Buganda Road Primary School nyine myaka mwenda. When they left the bush, they picked us from the village and I found myself at Buganda Road Primary School. Of course abashomeza nkaba nimbara mutiyamba. But I want to tell you the first time nkabo kubanza with them and nkatandika second term and I went to P2 respectively. At P4 I went to Ginger Army School, and in my lifetime I had never been number 5. But the death of a parent affects a child psychologically. In senior 1, nanye nkatandika kuba emyanya y'okwa hagati. Because whenever I would go to school, I would want my father to say, "That's my boy." And I would rank from number 1 to 2. There was a boy, Kibirige, somewhere in Uganda. He would beat me badly. He was usually number 1. And he would beat me with about 5 to 10 marks. Inga natura nabarsi. Some of these stories energize you. Some of these stories you would add or subtract where you stand. And some of these stories would give you the vigor. Konkanka Shoma, in thin and thick, my father literally left nothing. One time I met General Tinye Fuza Yambuz. I wrote on my form to see him when he was the coordinator of intelligence organizations, and he saw RO72 Major Kamkam. He had a large office. Those of you but you know what? He left his office, his chair, went over the table. Yija yankwatu mungaro yanjira. Atunurebe kankawe. Atunurebe kankawe. You look like him. And the next question was, we sat, of course, this side of the table. What did he leave? And I said, nothing. I said, Omsasiri Twena Oafire Chenda Navy left nothing. Some not even with children. Yaba mwachiti dereza. Ninshomesa abantu bakuru so Am I so localizing this thing? Good, good. So, but he who survived with only me then now has a farm. Cyabaire nikirayo kunsasa haza ningambira bahayiguru ngo abahansi bagire bata cyabaire nikirayo kunsasa. What was the thorn in my flesh was my father didn't have what he called home. A major, number 72, after the mighty president of Uganda had no home, but now he has homes. He has children. He has grandchildren. Orkuronda kamukama na mtunga. Chonacheze. To be called a hero, there must be certain things that should make you a hero. Chonacheze. Nimbashaba, Nimbasima, for doing this, the secretary, the president, my deputy chairperson, Yemerera for recognition, Umwana General Rwashande. Please do it. This is the right time. Push us the more. Push us, and I want to tell you, even if you called me 1,000,000 times and sent me 1,000,000 messages, I will only be busy to pick, but I will not say this person has disturbed me. That's my zeal. Agency neza kutwarwa abakugirwanira. Those that are willing to fight and fight hard and compete. Washas internally. So, call us, call General Muhanguzi, call Afande Bush, aban heroes abakare, agakare. Nimbasima bana bebine byon. Nimbashaba, I beg of you, can you kindly unite these different shades? First of all, thank you for uniting both the children of the fallen and those that are still living. It is possible for the living to fall. Not my prayer at all. Although the fallen cannot live again. But they survive with us. I got the first degree, the first diploma in 2001, the first degree in 2005. I got the first government job in 2019. Yes. And by the way, it found me at my farm, grazing. I bought my land. I have about 150 acres of land. Mine. The right word is revitalizing. I am motivating. The right word is motivating. I am motivating you to work hard. By the time government but at least I can buy acaricides for my animals and they reproduce faster. So, what do I mean to say? My dear brothers and sisters, how about if they had looked? I never asked for the RDC job. President Museveni can look to have forgotten, including these that are living. He can look to have forgotten but one time kwarkwata fayiro yawe yagiteraho ati omucuucu ati kiri yakushobera. Omworo haza nakyo nimbashaba ngu mukwate kinkumanyisa omworo neija kufa konko kwenda kutunga arahanga kwakureka mu mwiti. The Uganda of tomorrow, by the way, the Uganda of today is not that of 86. It's actually not even that of 2000. I am only begging of you, my dear brothers and sisters, kindly and humbly begging of you, ngo bagiraho bakushanga. Bana mo b'abasirikare kabagiraho batushanga. Kabakushanga relevant. Sano wakano chorarinkai. Thank you. Can we be found somewhere? You think they can pick us from the trenches? You think they can pick us when we are dead? Can we be found somewhere? Time can come and they look for a son of Ochola. Time will come. Time will come. The files will speak. They find you when you have many hairs in one head. Yesterday we were at the other place in Kakumiro. A small girl came of about 20 with her panties omunda habere harimo white nika. Kanda jwere empare ndengo ya white nempare y'omunda white. Nambuza ntuwija mukoro gwa presidenta. Ojwiruti. Capstan se immorality na decency. Natura. Monsasere. Kunkureba baitu nyibu. Muriya baitu. Lastly, as an RDC, Africa is suffering from 4 problems. When I say Africa, you touch about on yourself and say, I have 4 problems. 1, no war. Poverty. Which poverty can be fought? Every other day when you wake up, have a program. And if your program of the day, today, Friday, had 10 items and you do 2 per day, 1st to 30th, January to December, that will be your worth. I wonder whether I'm making sense, members. You have a program of 10 items to do in a day. First, you do 2 things. Second, you do 1. Third, you do 3. 30th, January, December, that will be your worth. So, no Mr. Captain Vasheja, you made it. Nuko, you made it. Retired Captain Vasheja. Thank you for coming. That will be your worth. Poverty, problem number 1. And poverty can be fought. 1, every other day, add on. You can even add a quarter. But you have added. 2 is ignorance. Obtamanyi. Ignorance has part B, 1 and 2. Ignorance of Tamanyi. But there is us. There is not knowing which is fair. But there is not knowing that you don't know. You don't know, but you also don't know that you don't know. Because when you don't know, and you know you don't know, that is step 1 to looking to know. How about when you don't know that you don't know? Problem of Africa number 3 is the disease, which can be fought. most of the diseases nituzihaho mu ngaro zeitu. Wash hands. Avoid women. Have one if you can't do without. Lastly, religion. Number 4, the fourth problem is religion. I am sorry I'm talking about this when the Reverend is beside me. But if you are in the religion that tells people ngumtahim blokom is that good religion? Isn't it there? If we are in the religion, that's bad religion. If we are in the religion that goes into a bus carrying 300 people and you ram it into a building, a skyscraper, that's religion, and you claim to have gone to heaven, that's bad religion. If you are in the religion, yakana kakusaba ukashanga kana kakwingana kati nkaka ka general rwashande ninga uriyo wasezi akasaba ukareba nashaba natutuka akagira ngo we nashazamu akagira ngo ninshazamu emizumu ya tatana tatenkuru. That is what he has only had people pray. Hata mwana w'emizumu yashono umanyira afande kasiba yo afande kasiba ninga afande barijo afande barije oyine mizumu yakatemba yo kumanya mbasho takumanya yakatemba na manya yabarija otakumanya ya jino rwashande na basa kumanya ya cyamzikita. That's bad religion. I am not against religion. Ni shababurizo konko kukora kwanje nukukiro kusaba kwanje. I am talking to brothers and sisters. I am very happy. Lastly, nibasa kubabita kujendaje. And tibika jendaje. And they will never kujendaje. Konka mujende mumanye President Museveni. He doesn't only mean well for Uganda. He means well for Africa. He means well for the entire world. Nicho kirabo. Ekirahanga, it is a gift. It's the only gift, more than gold and all minerals, that God has not only given Western Uganda, if you are from Western, that God has not only given to Uganda, the only precious gift that God has given to Africa and the entire world. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Mr. DC. Ahabibugambe birungi ebyo nk'abantu hatano bashaba kugira ebizu byabo kuko bene ebizu bingi nibikuletera abateekateeka emizomu yabasho n'abasho enkuru konka ebyo wana just nakwekwatsa we are going to hear a word from Freddy Sanga. Sir, you're welcome. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our chief guest, Afande Muhanguzi, Mzere wetu, Kanoni, our aspiring candidate, and I'm among them also, children of Comrade. It is a great pleasure and an honor to be here with you to interact and to launch this forum. Sorry, the foundation, the association, sir. Sorry. My name is Mwesije Fred
Isanga. I'm a chief mobilizer for Patriotic League of Uganda and NRM. I'm a child of historical. You people, we have you at heart. You contributed, you liberated this country much, and we have you at heart. My father was not a combatant, but he supported in two ways. He fed you, he supported in terms of resources, and also the information. Huh? So, when I think I'm not in a wrong place, spiritually we are one, and we really appreciate your contribution to this nation. And let's protect and preserve the legacy of of what you did. And really is what tackling. I have a family. I'm married with 2 children, because it is very important. The Reverend is here, and I'm a father of 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is important is I also recognize that our chairman, whom Mr. Kamkama, my colleague and my friend, the aspiring candidate, also my brother Philip. So I will not mention, but all in all, I have to say a few remarks. One important thing is how do we preserve and protect the legacy of what our foreign and who are still alive. So I think it is high time that we unite, because actually, like our Patriotic League of Uganda, the civic organization, we preach patriotism, to love our country, to have our country at heart, and we preach unity. So gatshuru reho maishu tukundane tumanyane. Then I think these are guiding as a guiding principle that will really help us to drive this agenda. And I pray, it's my humble prayer to our chairman, who organized this. Huh? It is quite what should I say? We need to create a memory, and also sharing the stories, and continuing to work together and also honoring the memory of our foreign and who are still alive. So in a way that we preserve and protect their legacy and their contribution. So it is good spirit that we have laid this what should I say? We have laid this strategy of uniting together, and we should drive it. We should take it. We should not take it for granted. It is very important that we keep the candle burning, and we keep that spirit of togetherness, and we unite, because we have the same agenda. We share the same ideology. We share the same beliefs, because like that's why we're saying that the core value of NRM and as chairman has been sharing, we have to protect it and preserve it. And through this, I think it is a good foundation. It's a good initiative that which will unite us. That will, because we have a common goal, we have a common agenda, and we have a common vision. So I would like to thank the organizer, and also who have given us this opportunity to come, because we are one family. ngira ngo hatugendemwe kandi we don't take it for granted. His Excellency recently he presided over the graduation ceremony for Swahili. Swahili is a language which is going to unify us. We don't know that we come from east, west, north. No. We are all Ugandan. We should love our country. We should embrace the patriotism. We should embrace. We should love ourselves also, because you should love yourself, as he has been sharing. You should take care of yourself. You should value yourself. That you're very, very important resource, very important person, wherever you are. We should be ambassadors of change. We should be champion of change. You understand? So don't despise yourself wherever you are. Be a light, be a candle in every corner you are. You shouldn't. I think here we need to motivate our brothers and sisters. For me, I always, you believe in yourself that you can, it is possible, you can do it, you can achieve it. And also, as he has been sharing, to work hard. I need to work hard to have the culture of saving, culture of investment, and yeah, through that we are helping President Museveni to embrace the agent of economic transformation. So I think for the interest of time and with those few words, I would like to really thank you so much. And I'm so, really it is a blessing for sacrificing all that. You don't take it for granted, because we could be having some other engagement somewhere. Actually, the jam was too much today. The jam was so tight, I had other engagement, but this, because of family, we are one, and I really had to honor this invitation and to be part and part of this, and I'm really so grateful. And also we thank really our guest, our chief guest, for really for honoring also the invitation, and I know you were a family friend, and and we know what you did, Lily. I always, whenever I see you, you inspire us. You inspire us as a young generation. Yeah, I want to thank you. I say this for God and my country. Thank you. God bless you. Of course, it is obvious.
Thank you so much, but the time is against us. Now let us hear from the word from Itungo Rashande in a brief.
Good afternoon. Yes, I'm Itungo Aida, the Secretary General, Visionary Guards. Our esteemed guests, you're so welcome. Thank you for honoring our invitation. We don't take it for granted. It's a pleasure. I'm just here to give you an overview of what Visionary Guards is. We have a constitution. We are over 200 children of both the living, the deceased. Yeah, we come together as a family. I'm just giving you a brief background. I'm going to be so brief. Visionary Guards Association is a dedicated community of children of soldiers from the Uganda People's Defense Forces and the National Resistance Army, encompassing those who are currently serving, retired, or have fallen in line of duty. We recognize all of them. That's why you're hearing sons of late and daughters of late. Established to honor the legacy and sacrifices of these military personnel, the association aims to provide support, empowerment, and evolve opportunities for these young individuals who often navigate unique challenges related to military life and loss, just as the chairperson was telling us, narrating the story, how he encountered challenges after he had lost the dad. Those are some of our aims as Visionary Guards. Visionary Guards focuses on instilling COAs core values such as courage, integrity, and service while organizing programs that promote leadership, mentorship, and community engagement. This association not only seeks to uplift the next generation, but also reinforces the significance of their parents' contribution to the nation, ensuring that their stories and values live long through the youth. By doing this, we are just carrying on our parents' legacies. We are taking forward their names, just as the chairperson was telling us. Yeah, we have a slogan. Our slogan is where legacy meets ambition. And in Swahili, oh God, I can't read it. I'm so sorry, but it is ambapo urithi hukutana na tama. I don't know if you've understood, I know you've not, but we shall share our constitution just in case. We have a vision. The visionary guards envision a future where the children of army soldiers are fully supported, empowered, and equipped to lead successful, fulfilling lives by fostering a strong community, honoring the legacy of soldiers, providing holistic support, and advocating for their needs. The association aims to create a nurturing environment that helps the children thrive and live a meaningful life. So we are launching Visionary Guards. I thought that you should know and know what we are as Visionary Guards. We are not just here by mistake. We have visions, we have missions to complete, we are growing and we are coming. I think this message should have been aired out when the president of the association is around, but she will get to know through her SG. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming.
Thank you so much, my sister, for keeping the time. Now let us hear from the word from the sister of the daughter of Captain David Bashija.
My name is Akampa Queen Triza, a daughter to Captain David Bashija, one of the soldiers during the Bush War. He was not able to make it here, but he sent me to talk about certain things. First of all, his accomplishment, Ngabo Academy, which was started in 1996 with an aim of educating the children of the fallen soldiers, the ones that could not make it. He took it upon himself with, of course, General Salim Saleh and General Jim Muhwezi. And he started this with an aim of educating these people for free, because he knew what it took for them to be in the bush and fight for the freedom of the country. He says he is really grateful to all of you that educated their children at Ngabo Academy of Science and Development. And he thanks the organizers of this great idea of bringing together children of the retired, serving, and fallen comrades. As a family, we do not take it for granted. We would like to thank the government for the support that they took upon themselves to take care of the military children. We would like to thank, of course, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for also being able to lend a hand where he was needed, and for being with us, with Ngabo Academy all throughout. Captain Bashija, being a retired captain, went to the Bush War at 14 years and was Kadogo in 1981 till 1986. He thanks you all, and he would like to invite you for a cup of tea at his farm in Sanga to talk about mainly the aims of this organization and this launch, and he would like your support. And for those that will be selected by the chairperson, yes, please come. I think the date will be communicated. Thank you for your audience and for your time. God bless you. And I do not forget to thank God, because without God, Gabo Academy would not have made it far. Thank you all for listening. May God bless you.
Our elders and groups, the military children and the other groups around. Good afternoon or good evening. My name is Noamanya Rachel, but people know me as Rachel Kanywani. Kanywani is my late dad's name. He was a captain. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has made it to this day, and a special thanks to Kevin. Kevin, you have really made this day happen. I know it's not been easy for you. We've been communicating and I really realized it was really a bit very, very hard for you. But you made it. Thank you so much for making effort and for thinking about all of us. And our invited guests, thank you so much for coming and being with us and supporting us in all this. My major aim of coming here, Kevin asked me to introduce to you about our work. I work with KJM Recruitment Agency, and we offer scholarships for those who want to study abroad. We have different scholarships in both bachelor's and master's. So we guide you on the courses to apply, and we also help each and everyone who is willing to apply. Like, we guide you in a different way. So we encourage everyone who would want to study more or to add on your studies, and you would want to upgrade and go abroad, we can assist you as well. As KJM Recruitment, we are going to offer you, like, we are going to give you discounts. Let me say discounts. If you are a member of Visionary Group, we are going to give you discounts. That's all I can say. Thank you so much. Have a good evening and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, the program is becoming tight. So, Muzakusa Yoka Muvandumwe. I'm sorry, but allow me to recognize Frank Gashumba, Chairman Vandumwe. Muzakusa Sakuda Chigambe Kubi. But the program is becoming so tight, and whoever that is going to talk, I request to use 1.5 minutes, because really we have our guest of honor, and he is a busy man. He also wants to travel back. So whenever I call you, bear with me. I will be here standing beside you. And thank you, Farouk, Fatwes TV, online television, for covering our function. He's a good friend of mine. He somehow covered me in 20, but we say, had I known comes last. I miss this opportunity of this federation Had I joined this federation, really Nyabushos was going to feel me. I'm very sorry that I missed, but I'm coming. Now, allow me to call Mr. Tuvimbe Johnson. I'm giving you, sir, 1.5 minutes, and I will be here. So, allow me to stand beside you as your...
Politician we talk a lot. Thank you. My father, Geno, I'm so happy to see you in front of us. Thank you very much. There you go. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Jonathan Muhira, the chairperson to Vimbene Sevo. It's a political pressure group for children of soldiers. We train, our fathers are not partisan, but I, for one, I love NRM, but before that I was in opposition due to my mindset. Because when my father died in 1989, I didn't see the work of UPDF in our family. The orphanage home took over the responsibility of you, so there was no need of loving the UPDF. But that alone, the president talked about mindset, talked about you might be there, but I don't know what you're going through. I said, the president doesn't know what I'm going through. When my father is 611, I said, it's tough. Immediately, I crossed from opposition. I set a group called Tuvimbe. Tuvimbe, that's why the name means you have to have muscle with the president. And as I'm speaking, we expect 18 children of soldiers joining Parliament 2026. Because as MK is on the way coming, yes, my father, I beg you, your children are supposed to enjoy how you gentlemen, you're enjoying with the president. So when you join the power, your children are supposed to be there as you're gonna economy like yes. When MK is coming and the parliament is in the hands of children of soldiers, there's no stress. Everything will be like that. Yeah, no struggle. I come from Goma and I'm a bit disappointed. I was supposed to contest. When my brother showed me his photo, I said, let me back aside. When I see my brother and my brother in the same constituency, kindly, I don't want to fight. Kindly, can we have one person? Because if my brother is my brother, I will not stand behind one. As children of soldiers, we're supposed to stand behind one candidate, not two candidates. So kindly, I beg you, you all have muscles. I am strong, I'm a mobilizer. I belong to President Museveni, I belong to MK. We want one person, we're going to give our votes, and I'm willing to support you 1,000%. And I'm telling you, Ngoma, we shall be behind one person, and I will make sure that the person I stand behind has to go through and has to win. Let's support children of soldiers and let's shine together. My father, Geno, this is for you, sir. There's so many programs going on in government. You've left children of soldiers. We hustle a lot. We are jobless. We are jobless. I'm happy that you're before us. I kindly request you take a note. We have so many. Every year the president appoints members, appoints ministers, appoints directors, other DCs, and so on. We've spent 3 years without having any child of a soldier appointed. And in our culture we say, Inka ija kurisha, ehera kurugo. You get it? Now, how do you look for someone's kid and you leave your child not appointed? I, for one, am 100% qualified to be the marketing manager, Uganda Tourism Board. Yes. I went to school. I applied the deadline on 15th. And kindly, sir, through you, you have all the powers to talk to the president. Muira Jonathan, here. I'm a cadre, 100%. I'm a child of a soldier. I'm a mobilizer. I sleep hungry because of NRM. Kindly, sir, that job is mine. Through you to the president. Yes. I'll be grateful when I see Muhira Jonathan, marketing manager, Uganda Tourism Board. That meaning that a child of a soldier will be represented somewhere, and I'll make sure if I'm employing my juniors, I suppose be children of soldiers. Recently, you recruited in UPDF law in offices, like civilians, then Minister of Agriculture, the big man is a soldier. Why are you appointing wananchi and leave us jobless without certificates in bed? Think about that. Think about that. Kindly, let's promote a child of a soldier. And another thing that hurts me, I'm a politician, sir. Because of our brokenness in our pockets, I'm happy ever since you came here, you have a very beautiful smile that makes me feel, it's my first time to meet you, makes me feel your great father. This is karma. Talk to some generals. Some generals say, "Bana mamusabiriza, mwa." But when you say that, and remember my father died when I was 4 years, and the guy is driving and has a lead car, remember my father. What am I benefiting? Think about that. The change we want is in the pocket. The smile we want as children of soldiers is in our pockets, our smiles, and we shall have the cows Reverend you talked about. If you don't have cows, if you don't have money, you can have that, not have that land. My brother here, Aladisi, he has 100 acres of land from his sweat. And I'm lucky to say that as well, sir, through Kuyiya, left and right, I've managed to get some 60 acres of land in Goma. Gentlemen, if you don't decide, 2026, I'm coming.
Those who serve and they don't wear uniform, I think they were not recognized, but they are within us. I want to thank you for stepping up, for taking the mantle of our parents. They have set the foundation. We are now going to the first floor, the second floor. This is the time to build. Finally, I've heard many people say, this person died, this soldier did what, but I have an appeal. I think a soldier never dies. A soldier only falls, but his spirit remains alive. Yes, so if you're thinking that maybe my father or my mother is not here and whatnot, their spirit lives on in our parents who are still here, and it also lives on within us who are here today. I saw the RDC referring to people and saying, Ogunashish, he looks like his father. He looks like, that means your father is still here. He's here in spirit, and the things he did not achieve, his comrades achieved. Even us, as we are going forward, it is not a guarantee that all of us will be there to see the fruits of the labors that we are putting in today. It is not a guarantee. Yes, we can be here today, but there is a good chance tomorrow we will not be here. So I want to thank you again. Thank you for bearing with me, MC. But in this business, in this business, you never, in this business, you never, 1 minute is not enough, 1.5 minutes. Nahura Reverend Nagamba bintu byente, janga batine ente, ngabataru bantu, unkaro ente yeba hasa. For those who don't understand, the cow, the envelope cow. Yes, yes. Kandi arona bineta bank account. In one was reba, just room UAP fixed deposit. It's on ente. Yes. So for those of you who are saying, I only have goats, I'm in trouble. if you have your cows and they're reflecting virtually on your screen, in your bank account, those are also cows. Yes. So yeah, until this time, exactly Bahasa, I will discuss it with you, Kevin. I don't to ask, yes, it is possible. But thank you all of you for your efforts. Thank you for your time. I know it's a weekend. Some people wanted to go to Nyege Nyege, I believe, but you're here. Thank you for making time. Thank you, Afande, for traveling a long distance. Reverend Kwebaza, Mr. Gashumba, good to see you again. Thank you very much.
The media team here wants you to introduce yourself again. The media team, so that they capture.
Actually, I know this gentleman. Ask me how. 2016, Task Force, NRM. Everywhere. We went everywhere. But the gentleman, in Jano Mreva, Norama Garaga, NRM had to win a Kachira, Kabamahango. He was your size before. Now he's a big man. So my name is Philip Ndamira Tumkunde, Secretary General MZM, Mbegu za Mapinduzi, and I'm also an aspiring candidate, Nakaseke North 2026. Tuja.
Thank you, my brother. Johnson, you said you had. I'm giving you 30 seconds. Meanwhile, my OB brother, Julius, get ready.
I'm sorry for coming back. On Wednesday, make sure you dress like a child of a soldier. Put on your smile, wear your makeup properly. You know NRM Secretariat, where it is located. Please come over. If you know you're going to contest, don't forget your information where you're going to contest from. And NRM Secretariat is going to make sure that they find you. Thank you very much. On Wednesday. They fund your campaign. Yes. Mainly children of soldiers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our chief guest, invited guests, and members present. I'm Ataho Julius. I'm from Kazo district. I want to thank my brother Kevin, the one who invited me here. I'm not the son of a soldier. I'm also from Chizuma, and I think we have only and General Mugume, the one who joined military in 80s. The rest remained there, but they supported soldiers. So I'm here as the son of a soldier in civilian, not in uniform. I know time is not our best ally. I've come here to thank you for organizing this. Secondly, I have come here to support you. Ahoramba beherezente. Ahoramba gamba bahasa and farm. Manu mwende bahasa, I also have it. Manu mwende ntamhembe, I have my farm in Chizuma. You'll come and take it. Thank you very much.
Everybody. Now we are coming to the finishing line. Mr. Frank Gashumba nishimiye kubona. My brother here anaza kuachira is going to introduce to welcome Mr. Frank Gashumba. Then after he will again introduce welcome our chief guest as we finish. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was supposed to, first of all, I'm so sorry. I'm Lieutenant Mercy Atwile from Special Forces Command, Asantu, Kano says Mugasira. That's my brother, the very tall man. I'm the shortest in my family. And he's my cousin as well. I'm so happy to be here. So, without further ado, I was supposed to invite the guest of honor, but you bear with me, sir. Then the person I'm inviting next was born in 3rd 1994 from Villa Maria Masaka, father of 2 beautiful daughters, has a bachelor's degree in business administration from Kuma University, firm believer in hard work, an accentuated billionaire whose dream is to donate percentage of his fortune. He's a business enigma, the vice chairman of Central Region PLU, Patriotic League Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Gashumba. You're welcome.
Good afternoon. How many minutes? 2 or 1? 30, okay. I'm going to be as brief as a miniskirt. General, it's my first time meeting you. It's amazing meeting young ladies and men like you today. And this young man has been calling me since yesterday. I had to rush from Ntinda, come here and be part of you. I happen to be a grandson of the Second War veteran. Do I belong here? Huh? Is there anyone from Masaka here? So you guys have a long way to go. A long way to go. I heard you whining, telling us my father was a soldier in NRA, he was a soldier in UPDF. Those don't count. They don't count. And when I look at my brother, the son to General Tumukunde, you people have a long way to go. Yes, Mwina challenge your mind. When I look at General Sale's children, sometimes I pray for them. Sale was an army commander at the age of 24. I think at the age of 24. What are you doing at the age of 25? At the age of 30? Huh? Admin WhatsApp groups. When I look at my brother General MK, sometimes I pray for him. Look at General Yoweri Museveni and his son. Meaning the challenge is too high. When I look at the Dr. Kiza messages, the Manya Mushegas, sometimes I feel like we've betrayed this country. We've betrayed this country. General Kale Kayihura was in UK doing his masters. And he abandoned his masters. He joined his group in Ruwero. General Tumukunde, I think after his last paper in Makerere, now joining in school. Fact. The late Biraros and the group. Kati mumuliwa. Thank you. You have a challenge. A big one. I wish there were no cameras here. Nali bagambye kigambo. Bwe mukizanyiramu kino bakitamwe kye baalwana ne bakifuna awala bajja kikola ki kitwala. Taking over Kampala was not going to Cafe Javas. And unfortunately, many of you think it was Merry Christmas. And I've heard you say, I'm a son of a soldier, so I'm entitled to this. Who tells you that? A peasant from Ugomba will become an MP when he's just looking at you. You must work hard for what you want to achieve. Society does not demand where you hail from, who is your father, but who are you? This self-entitlement, I'm a son of a general, so what? So what? Prove to us by actions that you're a son of what? Of a general. These generals you talk about, but now I know all of them, and I've had an opportunity of meeting them. They sacrificed 5 years. 5 years in Ruwero. It was not a Christmas party. How many of you can take 2 days without a meal? For me, you can't even 30 minutes. A meal. The 27 group that attacked Kabamba. Do you know where they departed from? How many know where they departed from? From whose residence? Huh? Kahati, you're a son of a general, you don't even know where this group started from. They boarded from Mafrich Kaire's home from Machindye. They drove up to Kabamba. General Museveni's car got mechanical problems around Villa Maria. Museveni had to walk from Villa Maria back to Nyendo to get another car. But you cannot even walk from Kampala Road to Jinja Road. A boda and a Uber. I look at you and laugh. Bamuna akizanyiramu. Bemwakijjamu bajja kikola ki? Kitwa. Period. I think we need another day without cameras so that we can. There are even smartphones. General Yoweri Museveni. If there is someone I respect, I disagree with him on many things, but I respect him. Believing in himself that you can overthrow a sitting regime with just a few guns. He goes to Ruweru with a few friends. God was on their side. 1986, they have managed to rule this country for the next, I think, another 20 years from today. Now, if Museveni is not here tomorrow, will you guys take over him? Why are you pushing it to MK? Don't be behind MK, be in front of MK. The sacrifices, it's unbelievable. How many of you have read the Master Receipt, the first edition? You know they are like 4 now. You go and read it. That's when you will know what they went through. General Kayihura one day told me a story that touched me. They had spent 3 days without eating. In the evening, they meet an old woman. Mumanyi enswa. Nga bazifumbyemu enva. Nazibawa ne baliirako muwogo. It was like having a pizza. So these generals you see in Kampala, these are certified generals. If you think you are going to take over, by the way, if you don't know, if your father dies and is a general, it goes with him. Now, do we see generals in you? You get it? In line of defense of this country. Good. We should build networks. Networks. How can we identify young boys in Arua, in Guru, in Karamoja, who belong to you? So that they don't look at this like another club. You know what I mean? It's very, very important. But I have not read a book anywhere, that I will stand at Entebbe airport and say, I'm a son of Kano so and so. By the way, your behaviors, if you behave so well, even your colleagues will be asking themselves on mwana wani. Based on what? Behaviors. Mureducingo mwenge. Omushi? Mwenge. You can't drink from Monday up to Monday. It's impossible. No, you can become a general, but they overthrow you. You get it? Yoweri Museveni works 24 hours. The man is alert like I don't know. As you are in bars in Kampala jumping like a nyana, mumanye nyana nga yakava mu kiralo. For him is awake. Reducing echi? Another thing, you guys have an opportunity. There is nothing you cannot access from your smartphones. Our generation, you would write a letter to a friend in the UK, he replies it in June, you get it in September. Now it's instant. What are you using social media for? For empowerment, for what? Complete. Let me wind up, I know time is running out. But I think, my brother, where is he? We should organize another day. Another day. Because I feel you. Don't you guys ask yourself, do you guys know that Museveni had no shoes from primary up to senior 6? Mukimanyi ekyo? These are facts. But deep in him, he had a self-belief. How many of you are willing to do that? So I'm requesting you, we should organize another day. No phones, we make sure that we leave these phones somewhere. So that nobody is recording. I'll tell you what I feel. Can I be open to you? Can I tell you something? I don't see the Museveni in you people. Sibalaba. Sibalaba. And sometimes I feel like you're crying. You get it? I don't see you in his shoes. Why? Because you are not copying him. You can't tell me you are an admin for 20 WhatsApp groups, sharing all rumors in Kampala, and your father is a certified canon in UPDF who sacrificed his entire life for you. You've betrayed us. You get it? Groups, networks. How many friends do you have? What value do they add to you? My brother was telling me he's going Nakaseke into politics. Excellent. We must make sure that where every decision is made, we have people who are there. Even if there's a committee for mortuary owners, we have someone who will tell us what's happening there. But that won't happen through prayers alone. Tiba Balimba, by the way, for me, I don't believe in prayers. I believe, wake up every morning, say prayer for 5 minutes, go and hustle. You mean there were no churches in Kampala in 1980? Museveni would have opted to go to Namirebo Lubaga to pray. But he went where? To the bush. Are you willing to defend and protect what he has guarded for 40 years? Huh? Mulimbulira. And some of us will be laughing. We'll be laughing because we told you never cared to listen. 2026 is coming. For me, I don't even believe in 2026. If I had an opportunity, I would just buy 2,000 padlocks and lock that parliament. Because it does not add value to our lives. We pay them heavily, but we don't see what they do into our lives. And I would not encourage younger men like you to go to parliament. Ask me why. The moment you lose out, the moment you serve for one term, it won't be easy for you to fit in the society. If I was you, my brother, I would go for councillorship. Yes, be with the peasants on the ground. LC5 councillor for Katikamu. Master the game. Because when you go to Katikamu, they will look at you like a son of the general with a white shirt. Be with them. If I was to advise you, go for the councillorship. Know the politics of the area. So that the villagers can own you that this is our son. Mwogede omuntu waki? Kababulire. Kamalize. You guys know that Museveni yali abadde konga officer tenant. He was in Obote's regime. Mukimanyi ekyo ekintu? He never started to be a president. He has never been an officer tenant. It's the same in such office. I don't know. You get me? From 1979, they take over Kampala. He becomes, I think, a state minister for regional affairs. Right? That's later. Okay. Many Ugandans don't know that Museveni has ever been a vice president in this country because he was the vice chairman, the military commission. And it was the military commission running the country. So, Madala Kuchi? Yes. Don't rush into being so and so. You want to drive a car, Wavamono drives. You get it? That's why in the military you start from, is it Kopolo? Auntie, for you from Makerere with the degrees, you start with the lieutenants. It's not guaranteed. You get it? Madala Kuchi? Madala. And if you, man, I need to speak to you. Because I don't want you to boil your money in Nakaseke Nestakolachi. That's the advice I'm giving all your regiments. But I'm not stopping you from standing. But if you really ask for my frank opinion, I will tell you go for what? Mingle with the peasants. Let these peasants own you. By the time you say I'm standing as the MP, they will push you further. Kale kambaleke, we shall organize another day. Nemu stopping kino nti ndi mwana wani wa general. Prove by actions. How many of you know the late Mayombo? Thank you. Mayombo was just a lieutenant, but the man was shaking UPDF. He was not a general. Forget, he died at the rank of a brigadier. Don't say I'm a son of a general. Prove to us by actions. Pick a microphone. When you pick a microphone, if you are very articulate, when you're done with your submission, everyone will be asking you, mwana wani, who is he? Okay, mwana wa tumukunde. It's obvious. Tumukunde ni musajja muki. Okay. Then putting a badge on your face. Tini mwana wa kano. I heard you say that you are going to NRM on Tuesday. They're going to fund you. That's not your home. That's not your home. The mere fact that 40 years of NRM, they don't have a physical place of address that is theirs, it speaks volumes. You and who? No! You don't have shares in NRM. You don't. If we want NRM to look for you, make miracles on the ground. They will even look for you. Who is this young man? Don't go there. Let them look for you. Because the moment you go there, if you are scheduled to meet the Secretary General at 4 p.m., he may even end up pushing you to another day. Muntegera kyetegeeza. Mukole ebintu ensi banoonye yokka. Okiwulira ssebo? Nze si believing we should go to NRM party. Even if they are going to facilitate you, they are going to give you 5 million. What will the 5 million do in politics? Nothing. Nothing. Nze siina nte. Ente ze nnyina ntono nnyo z'abajjajjange mwe basula ekiro mumpulira. I heard you guys donate cows, blah, 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 blah. Ze nnyina entono ennyo. Actually, wakyogedde bulungi. That was a brilliant submission. You know there is a WhatsApp group where I am. It's for Bavandimwe. For them, they believe anyone without cows is not a human being. And I told them 1,000 cows cannot even put up a flat. Then they quarreled with the Gashum. You get it? You get it? Oh, let me tell you. I ain't so kubanga ina fixed deposit here, ya 1 billion. Those are cows. Isn't it? And by the way, do we export milk to Saudi Arabia or Kuwait? That's the argument I have with Mayibaja Rwanda. Tuinete mukaga. Amataga tundira mu kidomola. Honestly. Do we sell that milk on Emirates? No. So I will contribute 1 million towards this association of yours. But we need another day. Kwanze nine nnaku ku mutima. Sisobola kubyogera wano. What I see and what I saw between 1990 and year 2000, I'm very worried. I'm extremely worried. Era abakitegedde mumanyi lwaki ndi worried. I don't see the Salehs, the Tumukundes, the Besiges, the Mafiru Chikaires, the Kategayas in you. Sibakola ki? Sibalaba. Ono mwana wese omulaba abo bwambadde uniform. Singa mwabalaba mwite 6 singa president yakateking over. Otegera ndowooza. Bayitanga. There's a name they had. Those days Museveni had no convoy. Yali abeera mmotoka nnya. Focus. If you guys saw those guys that were guarding President Museveni between 1986 and 95, you'll be shocked. Kubanga bayina that revolution in them. They never joined NRA because of ranks, because they are assured of a salary. It's passion and this country, Uganda, that was pushing them. If we said no salaries for soldiers for the next 2 years, what can happen? But Sebo General, nkwononedde obudde bungi, I'm sorry. Nkwononedde obudde bungi. Usually when I have an opportunity of meeting young boys and young men and young ladies like them, I feel I should, at least any one of them should go back with some little message in them. That's why when he called me 1,000 times, I had to make sure that I turn up. You get it? I turn up. What your parents have managed to secure, you have an obligation and a duty to protect it and defend it. Because if you don't, as we are seated here, by the way, there's another group seated somewhere planning to take over what you've owned. Do you know that? As we are seated here, there's another group. They may not even sit in Africana in a fully air-conditioned whatever hotel. Seated somewhere under a tree. Ngabagamba, you know what? Come and buy. Tuina for Bikolachi. And for them, their morale is too high. Thank you so much. If I don't see you, Christmas is coming. I have to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Mr. Frank Gashumba, for that speech. So informative. But Jirangu, sorry. We've been informed that our Mr. RDC Kamkama ya Terezente, he has given us a cow. To those that don't understand the language. Thank you so much. Now, takeaways from what Mr. Frank said. We need to, as the whites say, read a book. You need to know your history, okay? All this goes back to your ideology. If you don't read and know your history, you won't know where the country has come from. That's how we pick up anything we hear of social media. If someone speaks with their sentiments, you don't know where they've derived them from. You pick that up and you think it's the truth because you've not read any literature about the subject matter. Now, our history as Uganda is very rich, very rich. After they had taken over, NRA had taken over the government, we had a problem of conflicts. There were very many militias, rebel groups that the government had to fight on a constrained budget. That's why someone stands up and is like, over all the years he has been the president, how come Uganda has not developed to a level of a certain country? This was a country that had suffered in its infancy, from the post-independence to when NRM government took over. Read about it. It will give you a clue. Now, without wasting much of your time, I just wanted to pass this along. We are going to die not because of not because of lack of knowledge alone. There's what we call non-communicable diseases, and this is like the fancy lifestyle of nowadays. If you don't get away from sugars, I'm seeing people devouring cakes. If you don't get away from sugars and oils and anything that's, of which it's hard because everything we eat nowadays, we consume, we get it from the supermarket. And they are preserved sugars, and we are going to suffer from non-communicable diseases, diabetes, name it, cancers. So, find some time, exercise. This is just a takeaway. Stay away from sugars. Now, the next speaker has been in service for more than 40 years. More than 40 years, mark that. He's married to a woman. Note that. And has beautiful children. Well known for being a charismatic leader. and commander. He is the current commander of two infantry division. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the guest of honor, Brigadier General Paul Mahangzi. Yes, and I've been informed he will take the honor to invite all visionary guard, I don't know, it's the committee, to come and cut the cake, and then we can have a photo moment with him. Thank you so much for sparing time off your busy schedule to be with us today, sir. You're welcome.
Mr. Gasumba, and all of you in your different capacities, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm called Brigadier General Paulo Mhanguzi, Commander to Infantry Division. I joined the Bush War in October 1982. Since then, up to date, I'm still in active service. And through the years, I have been in an infantry units. That means rifle section, rifle platoon, rifle company, battalion, brigade, and now infantry division. I have my brief on PowerPoint presentation, but before that, from comments and speeches from different speakers, I have noted some points here that I want to first bring them out because I may forget to talk about them. First and foremost, I'm happy to be here with you. For those who invited me, I thank you so much for identifying me, trusting me to come and share my little experience with you people. I don't need praises because it's part of us, it's our role, it's our responsibility to share and to add values in you. For those whom you had invited and maybe they did not make it, maybe it's because of too much engagements in different areas. But I have seen you are all leaders already. And what I want to share with you is that in different areas, you will find yourselves serving this country in 3 different areas, which you can't miss one of them. Area number 1, political leadership. Political leadership, it's a must to give direction, to determine, even at local council 1, when you find a village where people are so hostile or poor, you realize that the leadership in that village is lacking. It's leadership that determines the country's direction. So those who are interested to participate in elective leadership, it's very crucial and very important, but it's good to choose which direction. Will it be taking a country in a right direction or wrong direction? even those who led us some time back before this regime, they were also leaders. But to some extent, they messed up. That's why they could not sustain the leadership. From the time we got our independence, 62 to 86, 24 years, we had gone through 8 presidents. You can imagine. From 86 to date, 38 years down the road, with one. What is the difference? Clear-headed leadership. In those days, in the past, civilians down there, wherever they would meet uniformed men, they would take off. But nowadays, when you approach civilians, they come closer. Does it mean that weapon caliber, the smallest, did it change? The caliber still remains the same. AK-47 of those days is still the same AK-47 of today. But why is it that it's no longer scaring civilians? It's because of the leadership. Leadership by then had no capacity and idea of disciplining armed forces, sharpening armed men, and bringing them in line to respect civilian population. But today's leadership is firm enough to discipline armed personnel, to appreciate that minus civilian, you can't exist. So it's like a fish and water. When you take it away out of the water, the fish dies. So civilians are the blood of the armed personnel. Once you lose blood, then you die. Once doctors detect it early, then you require blood supplement for you to survive. So civilians are our blood. And that's why we have survived for 80 years, because of the leadership, good leadership. So whoever is interested to take up leadership, know either he will be a president, MP, or elective positions. Be aware that the country will be in your hands. Area number 2, participation in security forces. If you don't join elective politics, you will join security forces. To do what? To safeguard the political leaders. Political leaders depends on those security forces to guarantee even the political statements they make. But of course, security forces which are ideologically upright never give room for others to join, and as you look on. Area number 3, production forces. If you are not in elective politics and you are not in security forces, then you must join production in order to produce goods and support URA to collect revenue. revenue that pays me and even sponsor politicians to offer services. And don't think that if you are not elected and you are not a security personnel, then you can't serve the country. You join economy, money economy, and see the value of joining production sector. If you are to be a leader, you can't separate those three. They are interlinked. You can't be a rich man. You are the owner of this strong structure, and you are not sure who is your leader. And you are not sure who is the condition and environment of security forces around you. So, I'm bringing these points out because I had not put them in my presentation, so that those three, production, security forces, and elective positions, politics. If we happen to get bad politics, bad leaders, it takes no time to go back. In those days of seeing a soldier, then you take off. Because AK-47 does not laugh if you point it to someone. So, once you maintain the three, you are free to go. Then point number 2 outside that, when we talk of loving your country, the slogan of loving your country nowadays, we say, please encourage everyone to be productive. Whatever you do, once it generates some income to you, then straight away you become interested to protect it and even a push to increase your productivity more and more. And when some threats comes up, you will be the first person to alert police and security forces that there is something coming up unusual. Reason, you know that once instability comes up, you will lose. You will be among the losers. And if you have something to lose, then you have something to protect. If you have nothing to protect, then you have nothing to lose. And if you have nothing to lose, then you are a potential threat, not to your country alone, but even to yourself. Someone with no significant productive activity, even in military forces, we say in peaceful time, we engage ourselves in production to supplement my little salary. So that when I get my free time, I have no time to move to Kampala if I don't have business there. Instead, I will go to rush to attend to my private project, which adds on my income. And I will also wish to see the business progressing. And when this politician comes up to speak, you will be considering who talks sense, that supports or favor what I'm doing. And when election campaign comes up, you will not only be seeing oyogedde nnyo tukulidde naye oleseeyo kaki. Since you have something to protect, instead you can be the one to mobilize resources to support a candidate of your choice. A candidate that you trust, that can push what you feel like. Not a candidate that will come around and buy you sodas. Eh? If you are capable of buying your own soda and buy soaps and so forth, the basics, will you demand a politician to buy for you a kilogram of sugar in order to vote for him or her? No. Therefore, if you are to love your country, have something in Uganda that you also contribute and put on. If you are earning salary, the little you earn, what are you doing with it? What do you have to show? Or you are depending to others? So, in 1985, December, NRA had just captured Masaka and cleared a total liberation of Southwestern from Katonga southwards. I was part of 3rd Battalion that sieged Masaka for 3 months, from September to December. But after surrendering, those days, that's the time that peace negotiations was going on in Nairobi. Now, after capturing Masaka, Mbarara, now we were left with only advance to capture Kampala. And the excitement was so high. But I remember the revolutionary chairman, YKM7, came to address us. 3rd Battalion, congratulations, good work done. That's the day I was promoted to Corporal, 85. Yes, from private to Corporal because of good performance. Private Mhanguzi, Corporal. I was so excited to become a Corporal. Eh? But to our surprise, and I wanted to bring it to you here, differentiate serving a country and being served as an individual. Our expectation, we thought once we capture Kampala, then everything will be ours. Eh? But when the chairman of High Command, he was not yet the president, we used to call him CHC, chairman of High, he came to address us. And the briefing was, congratulations, good work done, the story about Nairobi peace talks. To cut the story short, he said, do you know what? We are left with one advance to capture Kampala. But what I want to tell you, for you who went to the bush, you are not going to be the one only to command and take leadership in each and every corner. You went to safeguard and bring peace, to allow other Ugandans to participate freely. Not only you. He even said, we shall deploy people basing on their capabilities. Even if you fought in the bush, if you are not a doctor, we shall not deploy you to run Mulago Hospital. We shall look for a doctor even if did not participate in bush war. We shall look for an engineer to run the engineering department. Since we want to professionalize the army and transform the country, deployment will base on individual capabilities. Why am I bringing this? For you who say, I'm a son of so and so, I need appointment. Yes, prove it that you can, and appointment will come. But it's better you take lead to serve, then you will be served at a later time. But if you come here as sons of historicals and it's you who need employment, then they will say, bakerwanira. Tubararwanirire bandi. Mwene muhanguzi na yenda entebe ya muhanguzi. Kujungura. Aha. You have to prove it and work for it. But of course, those who fought struggled in hardship. But now the ground is different. But you have also a role to play to add your contribution to advance the struggle. That's why we say revolutionary struggle never end, but in different forms. Here, if you have ever witnessed on national functions, you see president awarding medals to different individuals. Take note carefully. These are people who have served in different capacities, of which some of them they even get medal when they are no. You hear their children, sons and daughters getting medal in names of their parents. We call them heroes. But don't say that heroes are only those who fought armed struggle. Here so far, we have like a 4 generation of heroes. But more heroes will come. You will also be heroes at your own time. Hero number 1, generation 1, are those who fought for independence during colonial time. Some people did not believe that you can challenge a white man. But those who stood up and challenged colonial rule, demanded for independence, some were killed, some were imprisoned, but finally we got our independence. Those are our first heroes. Now, post-independence came in. The leaders after independence, contributions here and there, but along the way, our leaders messed up. And it contributed to armed revolutionary struggle. Because the independence was not fully realized because of political disturbance, insecurity here and here, public prosecution, extrajudicial killings. Now, the second generation took up arms and joined the Bush War. 81, they started immediately when the Idi Amin took over from 71. It was a transition from 71 to 79 and 80. Shortly after 1980 rigged election, it translated now to armed struggle. Then after the success, those are heroes, second generation. Then third one, the post-armed revolutionary success. Since 86, we have fought more than 25 armed groups differently. It's not only those who went to the bush that kept fighting in northern Uganda and Karamoja for all these years. But those who joined and also contributed to sustaining the revolutionary gain. Now, the first one. It's this generation that are fighting to keep revolutionary alive. Revolutionary success alive. So, at your different capacities, at one given time, you will find yourself being recognized as a hero basing on what you will have done. If you decide to go into production and change the mode of farming in your area and do something different, you will be recognized. If you become a politician and defend national policies and defend the country properly, you will also be recognized as a hero. If you join security forces and you excel in battlefield and military trainings, you will also be a hero. So heroism, it's still on. The doors are open for those who will push for it. So our humble wish, as we are aging and retiring, it's very good to see that our own are there to take up. But don't consider yourselves alone. Consider the entire population. That's when people will feel that you are there for them, not for yourselves. In fact, people will say that ababona nabana ba general bona bakakira kare no bobarire. When I see you here, when I'm shomire, and those who went to the bush, bakaba tashomire. But now you are in a different level. So that means you have capacity to advance Uganda at a different level. You are capable of positioning yourselves to compete with other continents to see that East African integration succeeds. Industrial revolution takes shape and succeeds. Joint military exercise keeps on going and succeeds. More infrastructure keeps on going on and on. So, let me now go to the real presentation. Introduction. The National Resistance Movement was formed on 8th June 1981 when Yoweri Museveni, chairman of the Popular Resistance Army, PRA High Command, and Yusuf Lule, leader of the Uganda Freedom Fighter, UFF, signed a declaration of unity in Nairobi, Kenya. The two groups merged and whatever military resources they had into one army, the National Resistance Army. When Yoweri Museveni launched Kabamba attack, named his struggle as a PRA, Popular Resistance Army. But it was after discussing and agreeing with Kaira to do what? To form a bigger group, a revolution that was going to be supported by entire Ugandans. he did not look at himself alone to make it alone. The NRM struggle was not an isolated incident in the history of Uganda. It was a continuation of earlier people's struggle against colonialism, justice, prejudicial killings, undemocratic and collapse of economy. Number 3, the NRA/NRM struggle was people's struggle for self-determination after 5 years of people's protracted war. The NRA/NRM defeated the anti-peoples and the new colonial state to establish a pro-people state. Why do we say pro-people? Pro-people's army and pro-anti-people. The armies before this regime was not friendly to local population. But the chairman of revolutionary struggle had identified the problem of Uganda being indisciplined forces, poor leadership, weak leadership that could not discipline the armed forces. On 29th January 86, His Excellency General Tayari Yoweri Tobuhaburwa Kaguta Museveni was shown in as the president of Uganda. After swearing in, the president gave a fundamental change speech. No one should think that what is happening today is a mere change of guard, but it's a fundamental change in the politics of our country. We can confidently testify that it's now 38 years down the road. The government is still stable. Africa, we have seen so many changes that change as such in nothing short of mere turmoil. We have had one group getting rid of another, one only for it to torture out there to be worse than the group it displaced. Please do not count us in that group of people. The National Resistance Movement is a clear-headed movement with clear objectives and good membership. Personally, I feel proud to be part of this positive regime. The NRA/NRM struggle was a justified struggle. It was a struggle for self-determination. It's a revolution with superior ideas. The NRM ideology has 4 principles. Number 1 being patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. That's why I brought in my opening that if you don't respect your leaders, then you can't realize democracy. Democracy means respecting elected leaders. Then in a peaceful time, even armed forces engage in production activities. That's what we mean socio-economic transformation. We can't only witness when others are advancing, then for us we are there. When time comes to retire, then you start lamenting. And for those who are already in service, we say the day you join, Start saving for your future. Aim of this presentation. The aim of the presentation is to encourage mbegu za mapinduzi, youth to appreciate the NRM struggle so as to support the revolutionary for sustainability. For you, you are here to sustain the struggle. You can panel beat. Since we are now in .com era, those who went to the bush had no internet and there was no laptops and the smartphones, but still you can serve using advanced technology, but to add on the success registered so far. Scope. The scope will cover the following: introduction, it's already covered; sustainability of the armed revolution, then I will conclude. Sustainability of NRM revolution. Mapinduzi is a Kiswahili word and it means revolution. Mbegu za mapinduzi means seeds of revolution or revolutionaries. The NRM struggle led to a revolution in Uganda. A revolution is a complete change and irreversible. Its fundamental change, the revolution in Uganda, was by sacrifice of some Ugandans who paid ultimate price. There is a need to ensure that their efforts and sacrifice to have a better and a new Uganda should ever go to waste. The new generation, especially you children of revolutionaries, mbegu za mapinduzi, have to ensure continuity to realize the objectives, mission, vision, and NRM ideology principles. Mbegu za mapinduzi, since you are from different groups, ignore mentioning only mbegu za mapinduzi. But it covers all of you. Have to support and participate actively in country affairs, mobilizing and sensitizing people, especially the youth, about government programs and to appreciate all the presidential initiatives to realize socio-economic transformation. Sometimes people mishandle government programs. And once it's mishandled, it tarnishes the government image. But if you are there, and if you happen to be there, try to put things right. That's when we can realize your contribution. Number B, engaging in productive activities, especially in money economy, by tapping in the 4 sectors of economy. Commercial agriculture, you people, you have land. Are you utilizing it well? Services, those who studied IT, and you can offer services in different capacities. Manufacturing and industries, information, communication and technology, ICT, taking interest in military recruitments, other security forces and civil services for continuity. When we are recruiting, UPDF is very careful to ensure that we recruit from all districts of Uganda to ensure regional balance. If we are to recruit 10,000 recruits in this financial year, the national recruitment team sits down and distribute the 10,000 to all districts of Uganda, including Mutata and Kabongo. So when you hear recruitment team reaching Kampala, you find turn up is so huge, but they take only few. It's because they can't only take from Kampala, the nearest district. Then by the time you reach West Nile, Yumba and Moyo, the number is over. The number needed for each year's recruitment, it's shared equally to all districts of Uganda to keep the balance of regional balance. Number D, to be a vanguard force in fighting corruption and other subversive tendencies which are injurious to the movement in order to achieve the NRM mission and vision. To form associations stroke cooperatives for group dynamics, the better future belongs to better organized society. The way you are doing here, it's the best way to go. And whoever come across a younger generation, well-educated people like you, everyone would wish to associate with you. Even those who wish to mislead you, to take you in a different line. But it's better to find you well-organized and ready to challenge the negative activities and champion the right and positive direction. Clear direction. My conclusion. The prevailing peace and stability are prerequisites for the development of economy and socio-economic transformation. The achievements of NRM government are attributed to the sacrifice of the fallen and living heroes. The new generation, especially Yumbego za Mapinduzi, have a role to play in sustainability of the NRM revolutionary struggle. The NRM revolution shall remain in place until there is another revolution with superior idea, with clear-headed leadership, which I don't expect. Because for you, if you are to champion and add value, then who will overturn your success? So, for God and my country, I wish you all the best. Nanye nimpendera nimbagira nti nabahente. But when it comes to animal farming, I recently visited the Incafex ranching scheme. They started the members of Incafex. If you have ever had Incafex, members are only 5. And they have ranches in all Katokurdo districts. Now for you, you are here, many of you, if you are serious, then you will dominate ranching. We need to develop beef industry if you push it seriously. So, na kwa hivyo, nawatakia mema. Shukrani.
All right. As he takes his seat, if there's anyone who has a question for him, he will be glad to answer you. Is there anyone?
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Guest of honor, thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. Maybe for introductions, my name is Sezi Nyesiga Bwerere. I hail from Kanyerieru, Nyabushozi Chiroha district, but work from Fort Portal, Equity Bank. One of the reasons why we sit here, we have one of themes, that is patriotism, and of course patriotism goes with Pan-Africanism. Sir, it is so hurting that we sit here from, I think, 11 a.m. to now, while we are speaking a foreign language. And you've seen how your children struggle to make speeches in their mother tongues. And you see how they speak fluently better the English than the languages that produce them. So as you, the guest of honor, and the people in the civil space like Gashumba, how do we ensure that Swahili and other African languages are up to the truth, so that the people that we produce, what about the ones we shall produce? Because me, as a Pan-Africanist, really, I would wish to have an Africa that is joined, and the presentations done here are done in Swahili. Swahili, being to the tooth, has been spoken, but no action. How shall we have a common language that binds us? Because I'm not seeing any white man here, but you're using. So are we free? Has colonization gone, or we're just still being colonized? So as you people, how shall we have an African language that is staunch, that we can use in the next decades to come for God and my country? I thank you.
My brother, I hate to be that person, but if you've been following the news, Swahili is now in the curriculum. It is mandatory all the way from the bottom to the top of the education system in Uganda. And that was something that has been pushed. Of course, they had done it in a manner that it was optional, that you could pick it. But if you looked at the news recently, I think the Honorable Minister of Education made it compulsory. And they've reviewed the curriculum as well. It's not the things we studied back in the day now. So things will be different going forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Comrade says. To add on his, supplement his point, I'm the beneficiary of Swahili language and I'm a graduate where His Excellency the President of Uganda presided over of recently in Chambogo. And kwa hivyo, sisi wote, let's embrace the language of Swahili. Because it's a uniting factor. Even in my speech, I quoted it. This kind of thing that I'm coming from Eastern, I'm coming from West, I'm coming from. So first of all, to embrace the East African integration, we need first to unite us as Ugandan also, so that we may have that tuko pamoja. Tuko pamoja ni mtu moja tu. So kwa hivyo, I'm saying we should we should practice as the government has embraced it, and we know that even the cabinet they have said studying Swahili language. So, and we thank His Excellency the President for putting this program in place, because I myself am a beneficiary, and I thank the government and the President, and I pray that we embrace it. Each and every one, we should start practicing this language. That unite us, that will make East African strong, we make our continent strong, and Uganda strong as we use one. So we think, you just imagine Uganda having one currency, East African having one currency, we speak one language, and also having one military command. You know, so that is our dream, that's our ambition, that's our aspiration. So thank you so much. May God bless you. Say this for God and my country.
I think it's overdue. You graduated when? And it's my first time hearing you speak Swahili. I think I agree with you 100%. In Kenya, Swahili is the official language. Tanzania is the same. By the way, Swahili is spoken in Rwanda, in Congo, in Sudan, in Kenya, in Tanzania. And Oman. Okay. Meaning, if we adopted Swahili, it will even easier the way how we communicate. And we should be looking at ourselves like Ugandans. There's nothing I hate in this country, the way we look at ourselves based on where we hail from. I'm a Muganda, I'm a Munyankole, I'm a Munyarwanda, so what? So what? We are seated here using iPhones and Samsungs. None of them is made in Uganda. We are seated here using WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, none of them innovation from Uganda. But when you meet Bachiga, they think they are stronger than any other person. When you meet Banyankole, they think they own guns in Uganda. You laugh. When you meet Baganda, they think they are the smartest people. We are the same. I can tell you this. I've had an opportunity of traveling the entire country, Uganda. We are all the same. Why would we speak English here, honestly? Why? These are facts. How many of you have flush toilets in your villages? How many?
They are there, but they don't flush.
They are there, but there is no running water. You get it? We are the same, I can tell you. And the moment we start looking at ourselves like Ugandans, I'll be the happiest. When we travel to Europe or US, those Bazungus don't even know that Gashumba is a Muvandimwe. This one is a Munyankole, this one is a Muchika. They look at us like Africans. They don't even know that we are Ugandans. When you meet Ugandans, when you meet Africans in the UK, from Gambia, from Zimbabwe, from Malawi, we are the same. Personally, I don't recruit people based on where they hail from. Never. Competence. As long as you are competent, we are going to hire you. And for you soldiers, you know this even better than I do. When you guys are fighting in Somalia, with a bullet, you choose a Munyankole, Munyarwanda. It's a bullet. You get it? I'm very worried. You are not alone. I bet my hand. Children from these posh families in Uganda, in Kampala, when you meet their children, they can hardly speak their mother languages. Seriously, these are facts. Meet children who hail from these professors. They can't speak Luganda, they can't speak Runyankole, they can't speak Ruchiga. Beyond the Swahili.
Hereditary is what? When your father dies and then you become the leader. And then there is an emerged leader. So from now on, I'm a self-styled, self-appointed sports officer. Kwa hivyo, kama unajua uko chini yangu, I'm not talking about this high table and Mr. RDC, but if you know I can command you, please stand up just to stretch a little bit. Echibonge chibonge cha nini, vijana walihamia msituni kweli. Echibonge chibonge cha nini, vijana walihamia msituni kweli. Omoto guliwaka Kampala, moto, moto, moto guliwaka Masaka. Emoto, emoto, emoto wawaka vijana, emoto wawaka. Emoto wawaka vijana, emoto wawaka. Zimata. Thank you so much. You can take your seats. So, we have managed to get, as Visionary Guard, 10 cows. Yes, please. 11 from Lieutenant Muhanguzi, son of Muhanguzi. On behalf of General Muhanguzi, who is not around, thank you so much. All right, out of courtesy, I'm just going through the families that came today and those that are members. Very fast, don't worry. The family of late Njuba, late Captain Rutukana, General Muhanguzi, Kano Eric Kamgunda, late Sergeant Karanga Wenceslas, Captain Joshua Barija, Kano Bush Bikaga, sorry, you'll excuse me, Captain David Basheja, Captain David Kanywani, Brigadier General Edson Muhanguzi, late Kano Walter Ochula, late Major Sam Kamkama, late Kano Rihinda, right Kano Makona, Major Kato Jackson, retired Private Kwapepo, youth family from the Antonde, late Sergeant Guridumu Yusuf, Colonel David Richard Edimu, Second Lieutenant Yotu Sam, General Henry Tumukunde, Colonel Esau Mujira, and then the invited guests from 23. Family of Private Esimo Juventil, you'll excuse my Sergeant Ikara John, late Lieutenant Kato Paulino, late Major Stephen Mande, late Lieutenant Nathan Mpenzi, Major Katsagas Barije, Kano Says Mugasira, General Rashande, and last but not least, late Captain Deogracius Muitrua. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much. Yes, please. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you? What's the name? Can you please? Are they? Captain Dan Serunkuma, is that so? Then Corporal Bonnie. We are so sorry, of course. Mishaps will happen, but we are still family. All right. So, the program is, we are officially done with today's program, but of course it has to end with prayer, and we are leaving at leisure. Hey, there's cutting cake. So, the committee that will have to cut the cake, please press forward as Afandi comes to bless the occasion. And then thereafter, the group photo, of course. And then, of course, the family of late Kano Isoke Wilson. All the other groups that came, we are so honored. Thanks for blessing the occasion. Please, the committee that's going to, I don't know if it's the committee or the party. Okay. Echibonge chibonge cha nini, vijana walihamia msituni kweli. Echibonge chibonge cha nini, vijana walihamia msituni kweli. Omoto guliwaka Kampala, moto, moto, moto guliwaka Masaka, moto, moto, moto wawaka vijana, moto wawaka. Moto wawaka vijana, moto wawaka. Zimata. Echibonge chibonge cha nini, vijana walihamia msituni kweli. Echibonge chibonge cha nini, vijana walihamia msituni kweli. Omoto guli waka Kampala. Moto, moto, emoto guli waka Masaka. Emoto, emoto, emoto wawaka vijana, emoto wawaka. Emoto wawaka vijana, emoto wawaka. Zimata. It's okay. And if you want the video coverage from today, listen, if you really want, just go to your YouTube and search for Fatwes TV. That is FATWES. Then TV. We are coming to that after. All right, next is the group photo with everyone. Now, who is the protocol officer at Teles? To organize the seats.
Haya, wandugu watoto wa jeshi, nyinyi wote tuko na nyimbo yetu ya kuungana ama kujiunga kama sisi na kupendeza vizuri na maisha mazuri na kila kitu tukue sawa. Tuko na nyimbo moja ya jeshi inatembea namna hivyo. Uganda italindwa na nane vijana, Uganda italindwa na sisi wenyewe, Uganda italindwa na nane vijana. Oh, na sisi wenyewe yo, sisi wenyewe yo, na sisi wenyewe yo. It means that this Uganda we shall protect ourselves, si ndio?
Ndio hiyo.
So we as children of soldier, we have to keep our legacy, we have to keep our father's legacy, and we have to protect our Uganda, si ndio?
Ndio.
Haya, tembea pole pole na mmepata mapicha za zenu hizo. Hizo mafoto. Sio mafaranga, lakini mafaranga imepotea kabisa. Nataka tumwage mafaranga. Kweli 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 ni kazi tu, kweli 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 ni kazi tu, sio mafedha yaleta uchumi kwa Uganda. Kweli kweli kweli
jembe tu,
kweli 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 jembe tu, sio mafedha analeta uchumi kwa Uganda. Tuna mashamba zetu, tuna ndizi zetu, kazitu sio mafedha yaleta uchumi kwa Uganda.
Sisi wote ni jeshi.
Muzei alisema kwa kuokoa nchi bora tuungane. Muzei alisema kwa kuokoa nchi bora tuungane. Muzei alisema wananchi wa kuokoa.
Baba twende,
baba twende, kwa kuokoa nchi bora tuungane. Muzei alisema wananchi wa kuokoa.